Hello there. Today was this only interesting. I don't know if I can put that way, but I mean, I had I don't know if I can say like one interview because it was like two interviews, but there was the first one and then there's the other. I don't know, like I think it's one interview because it's from the same company, but I but they're two different people. But I will count that as one interview. And then again, there was the mock call session in this new offer that I am right now. Well, I'm not there officially yet. They're testing me. Fucking bitches. But yeah, I mean, and besides that, some dials here and there, just to they feel like it's so pathetic. like something that I'm doing, like I just click in dial and I don't see nothing, and they just because then you can like I think I mentioned this history of the foxy and the lion, right? It's oh shit, I don't know what's the word, but like when they use a story to teach a lesson, right? There's the foxy, and like the first time she saw the lion, she was just terrified, and then she was like too afraid, like very scary. And then like another day goes by, and then she goes like and still very afraid, but now she looked more carefully and like, oh, okay, it's a big cat. And then like the days goes by, and then like as the foxy ex- like the foxy exposed herself to the lion, she starts getting less and less afraid. So she becomes less reactive. And then like gets to a point where the foxy goes and like say hi to the lion, and then she's just alright. Like the goal with this history is to teach this thing of like when there's like an obstacle, like something that really terrifies you, like it's like this big monster, like this big lion, but when you look like carefully, it's just it's not that much of a problem. It's just we create that like the fear. I was just thinking this like in the I was just thinking about I don't know why, but they were doing the mock and they like they I mean they were nervous and they were saying some stupid kind of shit. And then I think I thought to myself, man, like if I'm nervous, I'll probably do a lot of say a lot of shit that doesn't make sense. And then I will reflect on myself and say like, oh, I should have said that. Like in the moment, you're just a lot of hormones and a lot of adrenaline, and like even though this is context of sales, but this apply to anything in life. Like when you are very angry and you're arguing with someone, you say things that you're not supposed to say, or not like you're not supposed to. Like you can say whatever you want, but you regret. Like I shouldn't have said. Like even though like I kind of believe that like I shouldn't. You know, I could have handled this better, right? And like me, like just simple thing, just clicking and like don't say anything, and then they say, "Oh, hello, can you hear me?" And I was just watching, like, is this is this shit that I'm like afraid of doing? And then I see like how ridiculous this is, you know. Most of this shit is just created in our head, and yeah, I'm learning how to cope that. And then I'm listening to this podcast of this woman, this lady. She was a special agent, Secret Service. Oh, like really badass, right? there's a lot of weird insights, and then like I heard that from Alex, but like in a different perspective. Like even though like he's in the business, he applies it like to life as as a whole, but like he used terms like snowflake, like ah, you're the special snowflake, like oh, like this problem, because my problem is different. I'm different, and then like she, like you're not that special, like, and then she starts just explaining like more, she articulate more the idea, and then she starts explaining like when you when you start to like you close yourself and like you just look inwards to your own problems and like oh no, like no one is gonna understand me because it's just me. And then I look at this shit and I think to myself, I'm acting this way and this is not good. Like I think that I'm feeling more lonely because of this kind of the thought process. That I just oh no, like no one will understand my thing. And I mean even though like there's no one that is going through like this exactly this exactly thing that I'm going through right now, like when it comes to career wise and personal life. Like in the whole world that there's like for sure there's gotta be like a lot of dudes and girls, what's whatsoever, a lot of guys and girls that are going through the same shit or even worse, and they're succeeding. So I'm not that special. And like now that I think about that, yeah, I think that I'm just I don't know. Like now when you like you see that shit and you see like how ridiculous it is, I get my like down to earth. I think like yeah, I'm more down to earth now that yeah. And like it's so like I think those people that are very successful they know shit that we don't know. Like and like in my way to figure those things. Like and it's not about like only money related. It's a I I like this word, but like it's the mentality, right? Like their mindset is just different, but not in this fancy way that gurus say, like on the internet. No, it's like I noticed this, like like the legit people, they say things in a very pragmatic way. So you, this is step one, this is step two, and like you gotta act like this way because of X, Y, Z, and then if you are in this type of situation, there's there are two ways to approach this, to address this. Like they're very, you gotta do this and this and this, like very systematically and practical, and it work. And like this is a trait of professional people. I noticed that. Like today, I mentioned this like yesterday. Like the fridge here it stopped working, and then like this is very interesting. Very interesting. There are two guys. They come here like to see the fridge. Like the first guy, he was very polite. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, can I enter your house to see the fridge? Very polite and like he explained to me like, oh no, so this is not working because of this and this and that, and you gotta do this, but if you do that, this is not gonna work. Like he explained like very thoroughly. Of course, I didn't understand nothing, but he explained very thoroughly. And then like when he finished, he said like, did you understand that? Do you want me to repeat? Do you want me to explain another way? Like he didn't have to do that. Like he wasn't like he could just say, "Ah, it's gonna cost this much," but and like the rapport, like that's so interesting because it's not like he's thinking about all that's like these things that I'm studying. Like he's just doing this naturally. Like by the end of it, I was just like, take my money, because shit, I learned so much with just this brief conversation because like those people, like I bet like he never like uh studied about sales and rapport. I think he never heard this word, and he did such a great job because he's a professional. Like I learned so much with this brief experience. And then there was this other guy, like he didn't like the guy, fucking ridiculous. He just said he didn't even he didn't ask for like excuse, can I enter your house? He just with this shitty face of, and then he just said, oh, this is not gonna work. It's gonna cost this much, and yeah, like I was just like, oh, fucking kill this bastard. And then I just it was good. It was good. Even though it was good because I could see two extreme examples of sales. Like this was very interesting. Like to see the guy, the first guy, he was more how can I say, more not forthright but leaned out leaned out. He was more passive, let's say. His the way he talks, but it's still even though more passive, that doesn't mean he sounds less professional. He was a really specialist because no, he's gonna he really explained very thoroughly, very detailed. So this is not working because the water is dripping here, and then this causes this, and then you gotta change this part because if you don't do that, it's gonna get electrocute you. I don't know how to say that word, but yeah, very thoroughly, really a professional. And then by the end of it, of his explanation, he said "Do you understand that? Do you want me to repeat?" And I was like, "Damn, shit, so professional." And I was like, "Shit, I gotta sound like that." No, and not only the logical part, but the emotional part. Like, I do understand that. And then other thing he said, "What's her name?" Right? And then once I said my name, he also said, he always in the beginning of the phrases, hey, Matt, how this is gonna work? Very very good. Thank you, Matt, for your time. And then I take care, Matt. And I was like, shit, man. I just got a free masterclass from a guy that probably even study sales, and he was the best salespeople that I ever met. Yeah, the best. He doesn't even know he's such a good salesperson. I was like, shit, man, you can learn so much. And then the other guy, even though I didn't like the guy, I learned a lot because I said, okay, I hate this fucker. Why do I hate him? What kind of behaviors he did that I dislike him? Because then I can see what not to do and what to do. And yeah, man. And yeah, so awesome, so awesome. I mean, both of them they have the prof. See how this other thing is interesting. I think roughly speaking, they have the same skill set. Of course, maybe one of them is more skilled, but roughly speaking, they know the same shit. They understand the same concepts. But like, if if it's only if the results it's only determined by the skill set, then it's pretty obvious what's gonna happen, right? But normally, in real life, this is not gonna happen. It's not gonna be determined solely on the skill set because today we have a lot of options as customers, and you can always look for a better price or whatsoever. But I think if I was just thinking if that guy like the way like he really explained like very detailed or like in a very like his method of teaching was very clear and very I don't know how to say the word, but was very simple. Like he could explain that to a toddler, and the toddler would understand. I said like if this guy decided to creating content, like he could be a millionaire. I'm not even like it's not like I'm just like it's just logical, right? He's a specialist. He knows his stuff. He knows how to explain, and then he showed that he's a specialist. A lot of people will come to him, and then like, yeah, man. Like now I see like the real power of community. Like day by day I'm seeing this, and I'm learning, and I'm learning, and yeah, I think. And now that I saw that I'm watching this podcast, I think her name is Amy, something like that. Well, you know, this thing of because I heard like I'm used to this kind of way, of approaching me. Like you're not special. And David Goggins, Alex Ramosi, those guys like they're not that special because like we're not. But she put in another perspective, you know. Yeah, because I think that's the way that I'm seeing things, and this is making me. I mean, if we analyze the facts by themselves, yeah, like it's very clear that when it comes to social environments, I'm isolated, isolated, isolated. Yeah, and yeah, that's a fact, right? That's a fact. But my thoughts on that, the way that I perceive this situation, which is temporary, by the way, but I don't think of that like this. Oh no, like no one understands me. Ah, no, like the way that things are happening. Like this is making me suffer more because I think that I'm special. No one can understand me, so I'm way more alone. But it's not like that. It's not like that. And like I know it's not gonna be oh shit tomorrow I'll wake up and completely change. No, it's little changes like day by day. And yeah, um, I'm curious to see how things are. Now I can like I say I'm not. I'm curious to see how things are gonna go. And yeah, because I'm in this. I'm still in the offer this first offer, not first offer, but the second offer that I got in cold calling, but I'm not done in it. And then I'm still like kind of being analyzed by this other team. And then if yeah, well, I gotta be the other thing that I want to like to be neutral, right? If happens, good. If it doesn't happen, okay. Because like if you rely your happiness on external events, you're fucked. It's a roller coaster. Very stoic, like yeah, very stoic knowledge and wiseness. Yeah, I like that way of approach. But yeah, I mean, if I got in these other offers, okay, good. If I don't get the offer, okay, let's move on to the next one, right? Because there's a lot of offers out there. Uh, but yeah, well, now that I'm thinking, mm, well, assuming that I get into these two offers, like the one that I'm doing the mock calls with the group mock calls with the guys, and this other one that I just had the interview today, I will have two offers, which is good. It's like like a new restart again. I don't know, a new start, but yeah. Well, let's see how it goes, right? Gotta be neutral, be in control. Yeah. Well, I can't lie. It has been a really fun trip, and like it just has it just begun? Begin. It just begin. It just begin my journey to greatness. Yeah, there's a long way to go, but yeah, yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning. But yeah, that's it. Take care, man.